See? I told you I'd have a video up in 2 weeks, and I do. Kinda. And the reason it's not up when I said it would be is because of time. And not the herb. I'm going to talk about using time wisely, specifically some issues with procrastination and how to make better use of your time. So, like I said 2 weeks ago, the reason I haven't made a video in over a year is because I haven't had the time. Well, that's only partially true. Like you, I get 168 hours every week. Time is an equal opportunity distributor like that, giving everyone the same amount of time without bias based on what group they might belong to or what kind of person they are. So the problem wasn't that I didn't have enough time, it's just that I wasn't using it in such a way that I could make videos. I could excuse myself by saying that this past year I was in college, which is very time consuming, or by saying that I only had free time last summer on Saturdays because of the job I worked, but I could have been making videos even through that if I had made better use of the time. You see, I procrastinate. A lot. And I could give you an example on how much I do procrastinate, but I think I might do that later. You see, I procrastinate a lot on my own time. Now, I say my own time because when I'm working for someone else or someone else is directing my time, I get things done very quickly. But when I'm directing my own schedule, I procrastinate. A lot. I've got 2 papers due, a psychology exam, and a persuasive speech to write all within the next week. Who you gonna call? Time wasters! And then, once I've wasted a bunch of time, I'll rush madly to complete the project in the final few hours. Maybe that's because procrastination isn't something that's new for me. It's just something that's become extremely obvious this past year in college. For the past few years, I've noticed that I'd never get done everything I want to, or even a small portion of it, because instead I'd just go and do whatever I wanted to at the moment, whatever felt good, like browsing social media, or looking at camera reviews, lens reviews, watching videos. So why do I think procrastination is such a big issue? Here are 6 reasons why. Number 1, when I'm procrastinating, it nags at me. When I'm doing something other than what I'm supposed to be doing right then, it just nags at me, so I just don't feel any enjoyment, even if it's something that I would enjoy doing otherwise. Number 2, I feel stressed when I'm doing the work. Once I get my brain to see the need to stop dilly-dallying and get actually in and doing the work, I get really stressed because I know that I've only got a few hours left usually to get the work done. Number 3, I know I could have done a better job. When I throw something together at the last minute, I know that it's not my best work, obviously, but I get good grades on that rushed work, so I don't have any incentive to do a better job and try harder, even though I tell myself I want to and not procrastinate. Reason number 4. It's not good stewardship. In the parable of the talents, Jesus tells the story of a master who gave his servants 3 differing amounts of money. When the master comes back, he asks what the servants did with it. The 2 servants who were given the most money doubled it in the time that they were given, while the other servant had just buried the money. The 2 servants who used the money wisely in the time they were given were rewarded, while the one who just dug a hole and buried it was punished, and the money was given to one of the other servants. Takeaway? Use what you've been given wisely, not just your money, but also your time. Number 5, draw your swords. Ephesians 5:15-17. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. I don't feel that procrastination is the best use of my time. What then is the best way to use this time that I've been given? Doing what the Lord's will is, of course. Now how do you figure out what his will is? That's a whole nother video. Number 6. Sometimes procrastination just makes me think, do I have another day left? Is this the best use of my time? And James 4:13-15 says, Come now, you who say, Today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, If the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. I don't know how much time I have left on earth in this position with the current opportunities I have. So I need to make the best use of that time. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. Something could happen tomorrow that prevents me from taking an opportunity I currently have. Anything could happen. That's one big reason that I don't want to procrastinate. Something that Katie Gregoire said in one of her videos gave me pause. She said, I honestly don't think I can say I've ever lived my life as if it were my last day. That makes me think, would I be satisfied with my life if this was my last day on Earth? Now that's why I think that procrastination is such a big issue. Yet I still do it. Now what am I going to do about it? Well, I've been trying to curb this problem for a while now, and obviously I haven't had much success. But I've got 4 ideas on how to fight the time war. Geronimo! No. Not that time war. So anyway, here they are. 4 ways to fight the time war. And please, feel free to use them, change them, or just ignore them. Number 1. Schedule things into blocks of time. I'm going to try blocking off my time so that I can use it for just one task and not do anything else during that time period. So say from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I'm going to work on a video script. That means that I'm not going to go clean my room or check Facebook. This one will take some self-control and discipline. Number 2, only check social media at predetermined times. By far, social media is where a lot of my time seems to disappear to. So I'm going to try checking social media only at predetermined times so that I don't get distracted at other times during the day. I have no clue how this one's going to go, but I'm going to try. Number 3, pray about it. I think petitioning the sovereign God of the universe who made everything, and without his word nothing was made, is a pretty good idea. I'm pretty sure that he would want me to use my time wisely. And Jesus said in John 13:14, "Whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son." I'm pretty sure that me using my time wisely would glorify the Father and the Son.
Whoops, I forgot to record point number 4. This is awkward. So I guess I'll just give you the gist of it like this. Yeah, that works. Here we go! Number 4, get some accountability. This is perhaps the scariest one of these 4 ideas, because it involves asking someone else into the mess of my time management, or lack thereof, and having them ask questions about how I'm using my time. It needs to be someone who won't just say, "Oh, well, you didn't do so well this week. Maybe you'll do better next week." No, they need to be able to really hold me accountable and help me out, like Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another." I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to accomplish this one, but it's an important part.
Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that I always need to be working on something. God told us that we should rest. That's why he made the Sabbath, a whole day of it. And I'm not saying that you need to change anything, but I do hope that you'll think about this issue. In the future, I hope to keep looking back on this issue and see how I'm doing. Drop me a line somehow if you'd be interested to hear how I do in this area, or if you've got any thoughts, tips, tricks, or random things that you want to tell me. Title slide. I feel like it's such a cliche for YouTubers to make a video about why they haven't been making videos when they come back after a long hiatus. Well, until next time, don't waste your time, take care, and let your light shine that God may be glorified. Take care now, you hear? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a wrap, but not a salad wrap.